Hi, welcome back to yoga. Today we'll need a notepad and pen as we are going to have a meditation at the end of class. And that meditation will be a little bit of observing our thoughts. That's only part of the meditation, but it's good to have a notepad and pen so we can release those thoughts. So getting ready for today, we're going to go through all 7 chakras. Our vibration will be at the end of class today. So we'll be doing our toning and our vibration with our meditation today at the end of class. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's find hip width distance apart. Soften those knees. Start to bring the hands to the sacral. Roll the shoulders back. And feel grounded here for a moment. Closing the eyes, relaxing the shoulders. And just coming into that breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And as we get centered, we can open those eyes. Let's inhale, lengthen up and over. And exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips, coming forward into forward fold. Let's inhale into our half back. You can bring the hands to the legs, flat through the back, and exhale, hinge back right into our chair pose. Palms can face you, or you can outstretch the arms forward. Let's release down. Inhale, lengthen up and over. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's open the legs just a little bit further. Toes still point forward. Inhale, lengthening up. Stretch through the body, soft knees, tight abs, lengthen torso. Exhale, let's open to one side. Inhale, we come back forward in front. Our hips stay forward in front with the legs stabilizing. We're twisting at the waist as we open to the other side. Inhale, lengthening up. And exhale, let's bring the hands all the way back behind us. Keep those knees soft. Interlace the fingers. Draw the shoulders back. Open through the heart. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Keep the flat back as we move forward and down. Then start to release the back and lift the arms up off the back for our expansion. Chest expansion here. Good, and exhale. We're going to bring hands to right above the knees, soften, bend the knees, and start to walk the toes pointing out the direction as the knees. Hinge at the knees, we're going to lengthen through the back, and let's hinge the glutes back. So we're hinging at the hips, hinging at the knees now. Toes are now pointing the same direction as the knees. Let's go ahead and inhale, draw it up and over. And exhale, sunflower. So big circle. Hinge at the hips, hinge at the knees, making that full circle as we inhale, lengthen up. Our next sunflower, we're going to exhale. We have an option here. You can hinge forward from the hips, let the heart lead, flatten the back, and come even lower. Inhale, let's lengthen back up. Exhale, we're going to move into moonflower. Elbows to the rib cage, palms face forward, hinging at hips and knees. Inhale. Exhale, sunflower. Inhale, lengthening up. And exhale, moonflower. Inhale, lengthen up. Lengthen up here. Let's bring our palms together, interlace the fingers, and then flip the palms up. Take a nice deep inhale, stabilize, knees are still soft. Let's exhale, lateral flexion. Inhale, center. Exhale, lateral flexion. Inhaling, center. Exhale, lateral flexion. Inhale, center. And exhale. Inhaling, center. Let's exhale, release the hands. Let's bring the feet back into hip width distance apart. Bring the palms face forward. Soften the knees. Lengthen through the torso. Let's go ahead and look over the shoulder as we open the palms, starting to twist the shoulders back. Exhale. Let's rotate those palms forward until they come back, and we're looking over the opposite shoulder. Again, let's inhale. Twisting the arms, shoulders roll back. Look over the other shoulder. And let's bring it forward. Last time twisting in this direction as we look over the opposite shoulder. Now let's keep it here. We're going to twist the arms opposite direction. So now the shoulders are rolling back. Now let's go ahead and twist again as we look over the opposite shoulder. Inhaling through center. Exhale, looking over the shoulder. Inhale through center. Still twisting through the arms and shoulder. Exhale over the shoulder. Inhale, let's move to center. Let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen the arms up and over. Exhale, forward fold. Keep the knees soft. Here as the knees are soft, let's bring the hands into the elbows. Taking nice deep breaths in our ragdoll. If you want to add movement to our ragdoll, knees stay soft here, and then you're going to just bend one knee at a time as the hips shift. Letting the head, the back, the torso go. Let's go ahead and release that. Glutes tighten. Inhale, lengthen through a flat back as we lift up and over. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's make our way to our end of our mat. Inhale, lengthening up and over. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees enough. We're going to walk it out into downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and inhale to our plank pose. As we come into plank, we're taking an extra breath here. And then we're going to draw those elbows in, moving through crocodile as we come down to our mat. As we come down, let's release the legs. We're coming into our baby cobra. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze the scapulas back, lift through the heart, draw the elbows back with the shoulders. Make sure that we're breathing here. Let's go ahead and release. Inhale, press up into a partial kneeling plank, and let's bring it all the way back to child's pose. We're going to do extended child's pose. Let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen forward, walk the hands to one side. Let's go ahead and walk the arms to the opposite side. And let's move forward. We're going to come all the way back onto our hands and knees, moving into cat-cow. So inhale, drop the spine, look forward. Exhale, compress, navel to spine, chin into chest, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhaling, cat. Remember, we can always make fists for wrists here if our wrists hurt. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. We could always move it down to the forearms if the wrists hurt also. Inhaling, cow. And exhaling, cat. Let's come all the way into our downward facing dog. Inhale, one leg comes up, stretch through the heel here. And exhale, we're going to bend that knee and bring it forward into our low lunge. Low lunge where our body is on the inside of the leg. Flattening through the back like we would plank pose. Let's go ahead and step that other foot forward. Inhale, monkey, gazing forward, flatten the back, knees soft. Exhale, forward fold. Root to rise, tighten those glutes. Inhale, lengthen up and over. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen up and over. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees. Let's bring it back into downward facing dog. Inhale, let's move into our plank. Remember, you can find modifications with plank as well. There's forearms and knees. Draw the elbows in as we move through crocodile, flat back, coming down. And this time we're going to take Sphinx pose. So elbows, forearms on the ground, palms on the ground, shoulder, elbow alignment. Pelvis is also pressed into the ground here. Our heart shines forward, our shoulders roll back, and we bring the gaze straight forward. Make sure that we're breathing. Let's go ahead and release that. Pressing back up into partial plank. And then we're going to take it all the way back into regular child's pose. This time, stack the fists for the forehead and the third eye. Let's start to bring it back up. We're coming back into our downward facing dog. This time, lifting the opposite leg. And let's exhale, bring it forward for that low lunge. Remember the torso on the inside of that leg, plank style pose here. Shoulders roll back, lengthen through the back. And let's step the other foot forward, hip width distance apart. Inhale, coming into monkey, knees soft, flat back, heart forward, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, tighten the abs, tighten those glutes, flat back, lifting up and over. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Take a moment while we're here, hip width distance apart, toes point forward, soften the knees, and we're at hands to heart. Let's rock up to the toes and balls of the feet, and then rock back down to the heels as we lift the toes. So gentle rocking up, and then rocking back. Getting in tune with the breath here as well as our balance. All right, let's inhale, lengthen up and over, stabilize the feet. Exhale, bring it back down, forward fold. Let's soften those knees, bring our hands back down, step it back for downward facing dog. Inhale, moving into our plank pose. Exhale, draw the elbows in. We're going to move through crocodile with a nice flat back as we come all the way down. This time you can choose between baby cobra or regular cobra. So baby cobra, elbows in, shoulders back, and then palms lift. Regular cobra, press the palms down, roll the shoulders back, shine the heart forward. Both of them have deep breaths here. We have one more breath. And let's exhale, release down. Inhale, press into kneeling plank. Exhale. Let's bring it back into a wide-legged extended child's pose. So open the knees and release down. Two more breaths here. And let's start to bring it back up. Knees back under the hips, arms back shoulder width distance apart, coming into downward facing dog. Let's inhale, leg heel comes up. Exhale, bend the knee. Let's draw forward. This time as we draw forward, instead of coming to the middle between our hands, the foot's going to come to the outside of our hands. We're prepping for our lizard's pose. So right now it's just wide lunge. As we have our push-up position with the hands and arms, we're going to heel toe that leg out and have a nice diagonal knee ankle alignment still, but now the toes point out. Go ahead and release the opposite knee. Roll the shoulders back, elongate through the back, and just breathe through this. So let's have nice deep breaths in our lizard's pose. And let's go ahead and tuck those toes, lift. Actually, let's walk the foot back, tuck the toes, lift the knee, and let's set it back for downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and start off on the opposite side. Heel comes up. And remember, wide lunge, we're bringing the foot to the outside of the hands. And as we do, let's move it to lizard. By heel toe, open that leg, toes point off to a diagonal, knee ankle alignment as we keep the back flat. We're going to release that knee, lengthen through the back, and find our breath here. So back to 3 breaths. Let's go ahead and lift that knee and step the foot back, downward facing dog. And an inhale, making our way to plank pose. Again, coming through cobra, hinge the elbows into the rib cage and flatten the back, come down. This time, let's bring one arm in front of us, bent elbow. That leg, we're going to bend at the knee. Take the fingers and grasp at the ankle, dorsiflex the foot. Then shift yourself forward facing again. Start to press that leg into the fingers, letting it lift through the heart, letting it stretch our quad muscle, making sure that we're still breathing here. And let's go ahead and release that. We want to move to the other side. So let's hinge bend this elbow, kick up the other leg, same hand comes back as the leg and wraps the fingers around the ankle, dorsiflex the foot. That shoulder open, maybe you're looking to the side. Let's bring the gaze forward and down. Lengthen through the neck, and then press the ankle into the fingers. Remember to breathe here. And let's go ahead, release. Coming back forward, we're coming to our knees, palms on each side of the chest. Let's move into our kneeling plank. And exhale, regular child's pose. One more breath. And let's start to make our hands our way forward, spreading through the palms. We're going to come all the way to our puppy pose. So let's keep those knees hip width distance apart and bring it down to the forearms. Find elbow and shoulder alignment. Forearms press down, palms press down. And then start to glide the glutes back right above knees and hips. Stack as the forehead comes down. And let's start to draw forward. As we draw forward, let's go ahead and bring the hands closer together. We want to make our way into dolphin. Tuck the toes, lift the glutes for dolphin. Exhale, go ahead and release. Bring the palms now as we come down and come back up into our downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing that leg up. Exhale, bend the knee. We're going to move through the hands. So it's in the center of both hands, coming back to that lunge. Let's release the knee. And we're gonna bring it all the way up. And as we have knee ankle alignment in front of us, our other knee is back behind us, lengthening. So bring the hands to the hips, allow the hips to sink forward. Remember, the front knee doesn't surpass your toes, but it is right above the ankle. So as we are here, let's go ahead and inhale and bring our gaze up with our hands. And exhale, let's bring our hands back behind us, interlace the fingers, draw down the back. As we lift through the heart, draw the shoulders back and down. We're coming into our modified hero's pose, humble warrior. And so we're going to move into humble warrior by hinging at the hips, relaxing forward, and then lifting the hands up off the back. And let's release the hands, sweep them forward, tuck the back toes, bring it back up into low lunge, step that other foot forward, hip width distance apart. Let's inhale, root to rise, tighten the glutes, lift up and over, and exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half back. Nice deep breath. Exhale, let's bring it back down to hands. This time, step the opposite foot back. We're already here in our lunge pose, so take a moment and lunge. Finding our breath, let's release, relax that knee back behind us. Remember, find ankle-knee alignment. You can use the hands on top of that knee. Inhale, we're lengthening up and over. And let's exhale. We're going to bring the hands back behind us for that humble warrior. Interlace the fingers. Open through the heart, through the gaze. Draw the hands and arms back. And we're going to exhale, hinge at the hips, coming forward down like you would for humble warrior, modified, and lift the arms up off the back. And let's go ahead and exhale, release. Coming all the way back up again. And exhale. Back down. Let's pick up the back knee and step it forward from our low lunge. Inhale, half back. Keep the knees soft. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to root to rise, so tighten those glutes, flatten the back. Let's bring it all the way up and over. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's move into a balancing pose from here. So remember, you can use any props for your balancing pose. We're going to start off with knees soft. It's going to be our standing pigeon. So just so you know, you could also use a belt. If you happen to have a belt that you can loop, and making a loop in it, you can bring it around the ankle. So if you want to do it with a belt, you can. Soften both knees. Bring either one leg crossing like we would for eagle's pose, or you can bring it up, especially with the belt, right above the knee. Allow that knee to be open. You can stabilize right here. You can also just grab a hold of the ankle. So either one. It's easier to use a belt. From here, if you would like to go further, we can hinge at the hips and hinge at that knee and sit back. Taking nice deep breaths with a flat back. You could always hinge as far back as you would like, so the glutes can come all the way down towards the floor if you're ready. let's go ahead and release that. So if we had the ankle with that rope, we're going to release. If we still want to use the band or our belt, we could bring it to the opposite side around the ankle. Remember, we don't have to use this option. Find stability here. Either cross the leg like we would for eagle, or if you can, bring it right above the knee joint. You can use the belt. Go ahead and let that knee open up. Taking nice deep breaths here. You can always keep it here as an option. The other option is to hinge at the hips and hinge at the knee that you're standing on and sit it back. And remember, you can hinge as low as you want. So if you want to allow the glutes to come all the way back and down and stay on that foot with a hinged knee and hips, you can. Just as long as the back is flat. And as we find our breaths here, we're going to slowly release. So remember to let that foot out of it. And release it back down. Let's go ahead and inhale, lengthening up and over. And exhale, forward fold. As we come into forward fold, we're going to bring our hands back to the ground. Let's step it back into downward facing dog. Inhale, moving into our plank pose. Let's keep it here for 2 more breaths. And as we exhale, draw the elbows in, come down for crocodiles. We slowly come down. From here, we're going to move into locust. So keep the hip width distance apart, pointed toes, arms to our sides, pointing back. Go ahead and release the forehead for a moment. Then inhale, lift the head, roll the shoulders back, lift the arms, stretch all the way back with the legs and arms lifted. Making sure that we're breathing here. And let's exhale, release down. Inhale, kneeling plank. Exhale, we're going to move it all the way back into our wide-legged extended child's pose. Peel the head back up off the ground. Let's keep our wide legs. We're going to move into a version of eye of the needle. Leave the hand placed on the ground. Opposite palm faces upward. We're going to move through that side, palm facing up till the shoulder comes down, the head comes down. Then you can release that arm forward and walk the hand to one side to open up and stack the shoulders. Finding the breath here. And let's gently exhale. We're going to do the opposite. So let's press through. The other hand comes down, stabilizing, and the opposite palm comes through the eye of the needle. You can keep one hand in kickstand, or you can extend forward and walk it to the side. Start to release that, press through the palms, coming all the way back up. Let's come back to to knees and hips. And as we move on to all fours, our tabletop, we want to move into our windmill. So let's inhale, stabilize and lift through one arm, opening that side. And let's exhale and let it float down. Inhale, opening the opposite side. Exhale, letting it float down. Inhale, lifting and opening. Keeping that flat back as we stack the shoulders. Exhale, releasing. Moving with the breath. Inhale, expand and open. Exhale, let's float down. Last one. Inhale, open. And exhale, releasing. Inhale, open. And exhale, release. Let's move all the way down to the glutes. Hopefully a little bit more relaxed here. Maybe it feels better now that the knees can open more. Let's just take a few deep breaths. Coming back in and out of the nose. And let's exhale, round the back like we would for cat. Even round through the pelvis, abs tuck in, chin into chest. And we're gonna rock it all the way over to one side. Let's inhale forward, making that complete circle all the way over to the other side. And exhale, bring it back. Now we're moving the opposite direction. So whichever way we went, we're moving the other way. Inhale forward, all the way over to the other side. And exhale, let's bring it back. So we're moving almost like a pendulum with a full circle. Once again, opposite. Inhale. And let's exhale, round it back. Again, move to your opposite. Inhale. And exhale. Let's go ahead and lift back up. Relax those shoulders. Tilt the head to one side. Use that same arm to bring up. And just a gentle pressure here. Taking a few deep breaths. And let's exhale, release chin down into chest. Center chest, let's interlace the fingers, bring it up behind the head, release the elbows. Nice deep breaths here. Releasing arms. Let's move all the way over to the other shoulder. Bring that gaze forward. Relax the shoulder. Head is tilting to the other shoulder. Same arm, hand comes up. Tries to relax. Coming back to our breath. And releasing that. Lengthening here to center. Let's move the legs so that both knees bend, our feet move, legs move in one direction. So as we do this, sitting nice and tall, even trying to take that hip that's lifted and gently press down. Stretching, we're gonna inhale, lengthen up and over. Let's exhale, so the closest leg, the one that's bent out to our side, grab a hold of the ankle or shin, and then start to lateral flex to that side by bringing the opposite arm, lengthening over. Few more breaths here. And let's go ahead, gently release that. So as we release that, we're going to move the legs the opposite direction. So whichever the legs were folded, knees bent, we're moving to the other side. Remember, you have that side leg and the one basically in front of you. Sit nice and tall. Try to allow the hip that's risen a little bit more to sink back down to the mat. Trying to feel that the glutes are starting to maybe even out here. Taking nice deep breaths. When you're ready, take that same hand, bring it to the ankle shin area. And let's inhale, the opposite arm lifts up. And exhale, lateral flexion to that side. And we're taking a few deep breaths here. Start to lengthen back up, releasing that. Let's bring our feet forward, and then come into, actually we're going to move into a diamond butterfly, kind of between. So soles of the feet are together. They're not very close to the body, but they're not very far out. The knees are open. Let's gently grab the ankles and just gently rock left and right for a moment, sitting tall. Trying to lengthen through the spine. Even draw the shoulders back down and lift through the heart. Taking nice deep breaths for a moment. Feeling connected here. We're going to move through our chakra sounds. So once again, we're going to start at the bottom with Lam, Vam, Ram, Yum, Hum, Om, and Ah. And then we're going to move back down. I will guide you. Let's go ahead and inhale to Lam. Moving on to Vam. Inhale to Vam. Vam. Inhale to Ram. Inhale to Yam. Inhale to Hum. Inhale to Om. Inhale to Ah. Moving back down through our chakras. Inhale to Ah. Inhale to Om. Inhale to Hum. Inhale to Yum. Inhale to Ram. Inhale to Vam. exhale to lam. Lam. Remember to have that notepad, our pen or pencil close to us. Take a few moments to just breathe in this energy that we've created, this vibration. Breathing in and out the nose with a relaxed breath. And when you're ready, let's gently bring those knees back, soles of the feet back to the ground. Grab a hold of one knee or both knees and remember to round the back. Allow yourself to come back down to the mat. Squeeze the knees in. Gently rock left and right. Starting to release the feet. Release the back. Taking a few deep breaths. And while we do, let's take our feet close, heels close to our glutes, soles planted, knees, hips, hip width distance apart. And let's allow the hands, palms to face down. We're going to come into a rocking. So remember, we're pressing the soles of the feet, especially the heels, and allowing the low back, the sacrum, to be into the ground, grounded, as we press and release. And as we press and release, we get this rocking motion. So go ahead and just press and release. Nice deep breaths as we do this. This activates our sacral chakra as well as the root. Feeling grounded, feeling fluid, able to move through any obstacles. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to release that. Let's exhale, knees to chest. Let's release those knees, hip width distance apart. Find our tabletop. Let's open the arms, palms face up. Exhale, allow those knees to move to one side. Twisting, keeping shoulders open, gaze open. Option to bring hand on top of the leg, pressing down. Other option to bring the gaze over that shoulder. Finding our breath here. Releasing tension, relaxing the body. Let's go ahead and release that arm if we had that option and release the head back to neutral. We're going to take that leg, lift, lengthen, point the toe, flex the foot, point the toe, flex the foot. Now let's take that arm that's closest to it and grab a hold of the leg, ankle, foot, or toes and start to release down towards the floor. Nice deep breaths here. Let's go ahead and exhale. We're going to gently release that leg. Legs stacking. Take a nice deep breath. As we exhale again, draw knees to chest, round the back, come back to center. Let's give ourselves a hug and gently rock left and right again. Releasing back to center, finding our tabletop, and let's release the legs to the opposite direction. As we do, we have our shoulders grounded, arms open. Option to bring that hand on top of the top leg and gently press towards the floor. Another option is looking over the opposite shoulder. Letting the breath breath relax you here, releasing stress each exhale. When you're ready, you can release the head, release the arm options. And let's lengthen that top leg again, pointing the toes from plantar flexion to dorsiflexion as the toes come towards the nose. So moving back and forth between plantar and dorsiflexion. Pointing toes away, pointing toes towards your face. And once you relax, let's take that hand that's closest to that leg, grab a hold of the leg, the ankle, the feet, or the toes, wherever you can get a grasp, and release down towards the mat. Continue to breathe, relaxing and releasing the tension, the tightness from the muscles. Any resistance, allow it to melt away. Start to release as we exhale. Take a nice deep breath. And then as we exhale again, tighten those abs, curl the knees to chest, round the back. Coming back to center, we're giving ourselves a hug here. Gently rocking left and right. And starting to release. We are getting ready for Shavasana. Remember that pen and paper close to your side as we get ready to meditate. Go ahead and start to open the arms, relax the body. Remember to get comfortable here so you'll keep coming back to your meditation. Allow the feet, the legs to relax. Allow them to be open. Allow the palms to be open. And as we relax here in Shavasana, each breath, starting with the breath. Inhale, expanding. The exhales, releasing. And here we're just paying attention to the breath as we inhale and exhale. Getting in tune with the body. Feeling the body release our worries, our tension, our stress, our anxieties. And now take a moment to observe our thoughts. Is there any thoughts moving through the mind? Don't stop your thoughts, don't control your thoughts, don't even analyze your thoughts. Just view them as a movie without emotion. Letting those thoughts move by like clouds in the sky. Observing those thoughts dispassionately. Whenever there is an important thought, idea, something that came to mind that you might have forgot, that you need to know, write them down on your notepad. Take a moment to put your ideas, your thoughts, any reminders that has surfaced with our quiet mind, put them down on paper so that we can release our thoughts and let them go. So any thoughts that you might need, write them down, letting them go as you write them down. And then And coming back to relax with an open, clear mind. And now we could sink deeper into our meditation to a place of no thought. And here we will come to our silent mantra. Today's silent mantra is Om Shreem Namah. Om Shreem Namah. Om Shreem Namah. This simply means I invoke the essence of beauty, gratitude, and generosity within my awareness. Om Shreem Namah. Each and every breath. Om Shreem Namah. Starting to release our silent mantra, Om Shreem Namah. And just gently letting it go. Coming back to the breath. Taking a moment to center ourselves. Taking nice deep breaths, bringing awareness back out to the body, our limbs. Taking a moment to stretch overhead. And when you're ready, you can gently roll to your side in fetal position. I always like to roll to my left. It's better for our organs or stomach. And then when you're ready, you can take the hands and arm strength to press away from the floor as we come all the way back up into our sitting position. Remember, you can do easy cross-legged style, or you can just let the legs be open. Let's go and take nice deep breaths here. Coming back to center. Hopefully you were able to write your thoughts and maybe some worries or ideas down on the paper so we can let them go. And now you have permission to come back to them. So this is also why we write them down on our paper, so those ideas actually aren't lost or forgotten. They're now down on paper so that we can release and let our minds go and come into that silence, to that or having no thought, but bringing in peace. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. And have a great day.